Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night, good dawn. What else? Welcome to another live stream talk. And today it's at my home. In a couple of weeks, I will be with the fireplace turned on.
It'll get cold.
Yes. Those. So welcome everybody. Let's talk. Let's start traveling around the world and let's go to America. How is Arizona today, Harper?
Oh, America is just peachy. We're just not a problem in the world. No, I mean, but here in Southern Arizona, it's actually nice outside. It's starting to cool off. We're in the 90s pretty much every day now, the upper 90s. So, but it's sunny. Can't complain.
Perfect. And getting back to Europe, the old Europe. How is Belgium today, Chris? No sound, Chris. You're doing a Charlie Chaplin.
Today is going to be one of those microphone troubleshooting days, I can tell.
I think so. Yes.
Nope, okay. Still nothing, Chris.
Okay, let's cross the I don't know how to say it in English, but it's that between France,
the English channel.
The channel.
To UK. Mr. Stephen Healy, how are you today?
Today I'm good. I've just done a brilliant show, which I'll tell you.
And with sound.
Sorry?
With good sound.
Yes, the sound was good, is good. I don't change anything. That's the key to it. Our Prime Minister at the moment is in Washington, and he met President Biden yesterday. And he said to President Biden, "We'd like to do a trade deal, please, between the UK and America." And Mr. Biden said, "No, we're not doing any trade deals at the moment with anyone."
Wow. Wow.
We were told that one of the good things about Brexit would be that we'd do this amazing trade deal with America. It ain't going to happen. Not this year, next year, or the year after.
Oh, wow. Wow.
No, it'll have to be a different regime. So.
Oh my goodness.
The whole point of this is it's basically UK is the 6th largest economy in the world. Okay, so we're at the tables. We're always there, but unfortunately, 30% of the trade that America has is with Canada and China.
Blame Canada.
Those are the two major trading parties, and our percentage is not 30%; it's 2.5%. So we're way down. We're with India and countries like that, but nothing we can control.
Wow.
And we're running out of gas. We've no carbon dioxide, no turkeys for Christmas. Apart from that, as Harper said, everything's peachy.
Okay, so let's head to the guilty of that, Canada.
Hi everyone, it's Maria from Ontario, Canada. We just had our elections and Trudeau got back in. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I guess we'll see in time. I don't know why he called re-elections. When we're having problems with COVID-19, and here he goes and he calls an election and spends $600 million. Like, give me a break, right? Then they say there's no money, right? They're cutting back on all the programs. So I don't understand the logic. And I'm sorry to hear that about England, Stephen. I guess, I guess all of us, whichever country we're from, have to find other trading partners. Like, there's something going on economically. We are all over leveraged. There's so much inflation and deflation happening at the same time. And I'm trying to explain that to my groups, and they don't get it, right? They think it's wonderful with their houses. They can get, $100,000 or $500,000 over asking for a house. I said, do you not understand this is inflation by 30 or 40 or 50%? But at the end, you're not making any more money. your money's not going as far. They don't seem to understand it, right? But other than that, it's raining today. It's cooled off, but it's wonderful walking, and I continue to walk in all the beautiful areas that I have in Niagara. I just enjoy myself. I am semi-retired, so I'm glad I'm past all the other stuff that young people have to go through economically. So nice to see you all here. Thanks.
Perfect. And let's get back to you. Chris, are you okay?
I hope it's
No, you're not.
okay. Thank you. The weather is fine in Belgium, just like before the mic fell out, and it's very difficult here. In school, we have teachers that are going away. So we must doing the max that we can to give some people's educations. It's a tough time in Belgium now.
It's too bad. It's too
Yeah.
bad. Sorry to hear that.
Okay, I think it's tough time everywhere.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Apparently.
Somehow we'll help you.
Somehow use the internet, right? Use
let's-
Zoom to teach.
Let's go to the man who his own nickname is his name. Nick, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Look, I mean, I used this quote on Stephen I's show, I think on Monday, and it's like all this stuff going in the world. I think it was Carl Sagan that I heard it from first, who just said, "You're a little cosmic being sitting on a
Yes.
tiny little rock, hurtling through a enormous, great universe. Really
Yeah,
don't stress about it." So
good
I'm not
point.
stressing about it. Actually, I'm not a big turkey lover, so I'm quite happy for that to go wandering. You know, you Canadians, you can keep your maple syrup deals with the States. That's okay. We were never going to have a trade deal with the States because we won't have chlorinated chicken. My God,
Yes.
do you know how many Americans that kills every week?
I
No,
know.
I don't know either.
I know.
But apparently, that's really bad, even though gajillions of Americans use it. We use chlorinated stuff to keep our salads fresh and everything. But my God, put a bit of chlorine on the chicken and that's it. Trade deal over. So that was really going to happen. So yeah, it's kind of like status quo, really. Rocking all over. No, not that status quo. It's kind of just like, yeah, you know, look, when Trump gets in a couple of years' time back in, we'll have a trade deal done, no problem whatsoever. And hopefully the Russians won't switch the gas off in the meantime.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Picking up on what you said, Nick, the good news is that Picard 2 comes out in February 2022, which for all Star Trek fans has made their day.
Actually,
I
Okay.
haven't even watched the first one.
no, I tell you what, though, I'm looking forward to. I think I'm seeing it either this Saturday or next Saturday. Is the long-awaited No Time to Die Bond movie? So I think I've seen enough of the trailer to actually know what happens, but I would like to go and see that at the cinema, and you know, that's always good. Always a feel-good film. Well,
It's nice just to go to a cinema and watch anything.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know?
So the challenge for today, I'm gonna kick off the conversation, the topic, and this came with the show we did before, and I mentioned my old Win All 4, okay, which was one of the memories. And by the way, at the end, I will tell the topic for the next 15 days show on my side, because I don't want to rule Steven's house.
Yes.
Hey, Chris, that sounds like homework to me.
Yes,
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
a little bit.
If we're
yes,
getting
a
that
little
much
bit.
notice.
A little-
Yeah, well,
but
that sounds like a bad.
this will be a really good conversation, because we'll bring culture to all of us.
Ooh.
Okay,
Okay.
so
Okay.
just let me share something, please. If someone laughs, I will ban them from the studio.
Okay.
And
We're all
Let-
laughing
let-
before we start.
let me do some context.
You on mute.
let me do
Putting you on mute.
let me do some context before. So my mother is telling me all the time, "You don't have a good taste dressing." Okay,
She's got a point.
and
She's got a point.
I went back to my past, and I find the responsible of my bad taste on dressing. So this is me.
Oh, that's so cute. That's so
when I was
cute.
Yes.
Marco.
well,
So cute.
as you can tell, I'm a little bit different now, unfortunately.
So the transgender surgery went well.
But as you can tell, I'm not a good example of a fashion guy. So I think this is the main reason. So this kind of, I don't know, coats or something was something. This was in the kindergarten. Okay, I should be around. This, okay, I think the haircut, it's some influence from Beatles. I don't know why.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
I
can see it.
some
Yeah.
Paul McCartney over that Playmobil dress haircut.
Okay.
So this is one of my treasures, and I don't think it's on this, and I wouldn't find I didn't find the because I had one of those dial-up telephones that
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure that youngest generations wouldn't believe that we were able to make phone calls from that.
That's right.
No,
Yeah.
a rotary phone.
That's right. Yeah.
So this is my tiny treasure I wanted to share with you. So this is the main explanation why by these days I'm not a good tasted dressing person or whatever it's called, because I didn't have the example when I was young.
Okay.
How come dressing like that when I was young I couldn't become an elegant South European guy? Impossible. And for me this is, believe me, for me this is frustrating, because usually South European people, they are perceived as elegant people who likes to dress properly and this kind. And I think I have some I don't know, blood from elsewhere. That's the main reason. Oh, by the way, we have someone here. Let's a big round of applause for the next comer here. Who could be?
Peter.
No.
Corinda.
No.
I don't know.
Guy.
I knew
Oh, the main one.
it. He was live yesterday, and I was like,
Yeah, now I got my webcam figured out now, so
Good. Excellent.
That's very good.
Excellent.
yeah,
Very good.
got myself a nice little laptop, so
Good.
maybe we'll Kanye's again.
Yeah. See?
So
good to see you.
Yeah.
now that Dom arrived, this show will be from now on will be in Portuguese.
Okay.
We Portuguese in the room.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm still learning Portuguese there, Marco.
How is it going?
Still learning.
There's something that I like to say to people, because sometimes people say, "Oh, Portuguese, it's hard to learn," and I say,
Yeah.
impossible. Look,
Yeah.
I was able to learn Portuguese. Everyone can learn.
Sometimes I feel that way about English. Hey,
Yeah.
if I learned it, anybody can learn it.
Yeah, I'm working on learning Portuguese, French, and Spanish.
If you, I think, well, maybe Spanish could be a little bit easier, because as I yesterday I was talking with a lady. I think she's from Ukraine, and she told me that Portuguese from Brazil, it's easier than our Portuguese to understand and learn. And I think this is common to the three main languages that went to America. And I'm talking about the continent, not the country. Portuguese,
Right.
English, and Spanish.
Spanish.
I know
Yeah.
I know the European version and I know the American continent version, and I think all of the three, they are easier to understand and to learn on the other side of the ocean.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I
For
would say
instance,
so.
and I will tell this just because he's not there. Sometimes Peter is speaking and I don't understand anything he's saying. Anything. And I just laugh at the end.
You're yeah.
I know he's funny.
I mean, Peter does have a Scottish accent, but it's not
Yeah.
broad Scottish. It's Aberdeen Scottish,
Oh, I
which
Yeah.
is
see.
more
Okay.
refined than Glasgow or Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found
Yeah,
it
so
difficult to.
He's got a dialect on a dialect on a dialect.
And he's a Toastmaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
He's a
Just
cracking
one
speaker.
small addition to the languages that went to the Americas. French went there too.
Yes.
French is
Well,
Yep.
yes,
spoken in
yes.
Quebec.
Yeah,
Yes,
French,
you're right. Yes. Yes.
French is Canada's second language.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
And
Except
the
for
French,
Quebec.
and French in Canada is very different from the French you speak in France.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the French in Quebec is different than the French in New Brunswick.
Okay, good point. Good point.
Wow.
Yeah, that makes sense. Sure, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, I do find that Spanish is a little easier to learn than French and Portuguese. So,
Yes.
I'm flattered. I'm flattered hearing that. Look how smart that guy is. He even speaks Portuguese.
Yes.
I taught me Portuguese when I was a kid. So it would have been nice to know. So I have all my dad's family over in Portugal.
Okay. Okay.
They're in,
Yeah. Algarve. Domingos, don't ask to Nick any story about Algarve, please. Okay. Whatever may happen, don't ask anything related
Stay
to
away
Algarve.
from the beach. Yeah.
I'd like to go and visit Portugal someday.
Yeah, and Algarve,
Well, that's where all my family is. So
Algarve, they have amazing fish. It's normal in the coast part of the country, which is half of the country.
Yes.
It's usual to have amazing fish to eat. Okay, not to have as a pet, as far as I know.
No, not as a pet. I got it.
An unhealthy amount of sardines, I think it was called.
Sorry?
An unhealthy amount of sardines.
He's so cute.
Sardines. Yeah.
I don't like, but it's in summer. It's kind of a must eat.
Yeah, you
But
can't.
I don't like them.
that was my dad's go-to fish plus salt cod.
Mm-hmm.
I love salt cod. My mother used to make it. She used to put it in water, because it was salty, and she would leave it there. Yeah, I loved cod. I loved cod, and I love all kinds of seafood. When I see the food, I love it, but I also love seafood. And I make it now.
Can't go wrong with seafood.
This is turning to
A cooking show.
a gastronomic show.
That's
This show is brought to you by.
Yeah, in a while we will see Nick heading to the oven, putting his
Put my
Cooker
Raymond Blanc
outfit.
cookery school stuff on.
chef.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, yes, yes,
Same,
yes.
same as tilapia tomorrow.
Nice.
Tilapia. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love. Yeah.
That's a very nice tasting fish.
Mhm.
That is.
Mhm.
Especially,
Yeah,
especially
very
the way I
mild.
cook it.
Very mild.
It'd be nice.
Well, that's what I used to do for a living when I got out of high school. I was a cook by trade.
Oh, okay.
So
Ooh.
You must have some very good recipes in your sleeve, right?
I used to make all my own soups and sauces and homemade pasta, all that stuff. My specialty was steak.
Steak. Okay. Yeah.
I can make a steak any way you liked it.
Can I say the reason? One of the reasons, two reasons I really got into cooking. Not, I was never a professional chef, but my mother taught me out of it when I was young. But the two reasons I loved it was my mother was the worst cook ever. I mean, she was shockingly bad, really disgusting. You had this Mrs. Beaton's book of household management and cookery, big old thing. It was. She obviously never read it because it's some great recipes. But in there, I learned to make my first roux sauce. It was like, oh wow, this was like alchemy. And what I quickly learned in my late teens, early 20s is if you can make a nice sauce and cook a good dinner, the ladies came a knocking.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh yeah, it was like catnip. It was amazing.
There's method to your madness, right?
And
I'm not a complete idiot.
Nick, why do you say that just now?
What's that?
I was trying to understand my problem with ladies, and now I found it at 44.
Yeah,
Too late.
seriously.
Too late.
Knock up a quick sauce, knock 'em bandy. I tell you.
You know what mine works too, Marco, is tattoos. You can kind of see some of my tattoos. I got a couple on my head.
Okay.
But mostly wolves. I've got 12 wolves now. I did have 11. And I'm a big wolf collector. I collect all kinds of wolf memorabilia. And all my tattoos now are basically based around the wolf.
Wow.
Nice.
They're going to be coming endangered, so I have a feeling that the wolf won't be around for my my grandbabies.
Oh.
So it's sad to say, but they're being hunted into extinction.
We have some here, mostly in the north of Portugal because we have more mountains. Okay, and the problem is they are not. How can I say it? This is not It's not being doing well. I think it's not. They are attacking the cows, the sheep, and everything.
They're hungry. No, they're hungry.
And this is causing problems with people, with the farmers, because it's the challenge here is to have this balance between the wildlife, and we know if we want to keep wolves there, they need to eat, and also of course it's not good for farmers because one thing they are destroying destroying their kind of way of life also.
Yeah, their lifestyle.
And the thing is also it's frustrating because they put some care in feeding the animals and everything, then they come the wolves. So this is something that, as many other things, should be made in the right way, because otherwise in a couple of years, if not before, they will start killing and shooting wolves because it's a matter of survival. But yes, we have wolves here.
It's the same in Belgium.
Or as we call them in England, stray dogs.
So I don't know if we get back to the topic or we just leave the conversation flow.
Whatever.
At the moment, we've got a lawn out the back, and I had the lawn, the grass, immaculate. I cut it regularly, absolutely perfect. And it's good to look at. It's good to sit on. And then along came one badger, a wild animal, into the garden, and it's created havoc. They're looking for worms, particular kind of worms, and they go digging all around, trying to find them. And when they can't find them, they get fed up and they come back the next night and do it all again. It's If anybody knows, because badgers in the UK are protected species, so you can't cut them, do anything like that. You've got to be kind. But when they've ripped up the lawn, you want to sort of well, no, you shouldn't go there because they're protected. But it's not much fun. And it disappeared for 3 weeks. The grass recovered.
It's
And
back.
last night
It's
came
back.
Back
and
again.
now we think the badger is actually setting about building a set, and he's going to live with us forever. So,
Well, you know what they say, right? Because we don't have badgers, we have skunks and we have raccoons. And what they say, and I've had them come and they, make upheaval in my gardens. So I put like a fence around it, right? But you can't do that with your lawn. But they do say if you can buy urine, another kind of either a human urine or another animal bigger than them, and they smell it, they won't come there. I mean, that's what they tell us to do over here, right?
Go to Africa. Go to Africa.
Well,
Bring a jerry can of elephant urine.
the urine has to be something that is a predator towards
to the badger.
the animal. Don't just go out there and pee in your yard, because that's not going to work.
Oh, no. You can try. That'll take a lot for a big yard.
In Sarnia, we're having problems with deer and coyotes.
Yeah.
And they're coming right into the city. We actually had a video that was actually posted on Facebook of deer downtown Sarnia, right by the post office. And it's just, and I'm unreal to see it. And I had deer crashing through people's plate glass windows of their townhouses, like midtown Sarnia. And it's unheard of having deer that close into town. But because they're wiping out a lot of the wooded areas, they have nowhere to go.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
We have a lot of coyotes here because my place is near a beautiful conservation area that's fenced in. No one can go in there. And I hear them howling at night, the coyote. And what's interesting is one of them starts and then the others join. And then what happens is their voices go higher. It goes to such a high-pitched sound, and they can go on for minutes on end, right? I mean, and so I like to hear that, because I love nature anyway. I'm a tree hugger too, on top of everything else, right? So what I try and do is look at everything kind of the natural, like you're saying, the bigger, like Harper, like you said, a bigger predator, right? So they won't come around when they smell the urine of a larger predator, however you do that, right? So that's what I do. I don't like to kill anything, quite frankly, just because nature has to be balanced. So I'm thinking, if the wolves are killing farm animals, obviously something's happening out in nature that is they're not able to get their food there. Otherwise, they wouldn't bother you. They don't want to be around people, right? Just like we don't want to be around them necessarily. Yeah. Yeah.
It might be the farmers deciding to farm near the wolves. I mean, that would be a really
absolutely.
Their territory, yes.
Taking their territory, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. What you can do to the coyotes, Maria, is just meek.
I love hearing them. They
order some road runners,
the coyotes are very shy. They're very shy. They don't.
They are very shy. Right? They're skittish.
I've seen some of them, Harper, that are very large, almost looks like a wolf, right? And they're just running across the roads because, as I said, I'm near a wooded area, so they're all there, right? There's deer over there, which is their natural food too, right? All kinds of animals. And so at night, when I come back on the road near the lake, they run across. So I've seen a lot of different kinds of animals. It's such a treat to see this beautiful deer running across, or a coyote, or a fox, or whatever, just beautiful. Just beautiful.
Yeah. The coyotes we have here, we have javelina down here, which is like a wild pig, and they their predator is the coyote. So you can go to the hardware store and get coyote urine pellets to put around your yard to prevent the javelina. Well, I got coyotes that also come through my yard, so I don't need to buy it. They just,
they just
coyotes come by and put it naturally. So it's like in a wave. It's like coyotes aren't around for a couple weeks. Then I get javelina going through the yard. Then the coyotes come through, and then I'll see javelina for a few weeks. But yeah, our coyotes here are probably around 50 to 60 pounds. So
big, big. Yeah.
But yeah, there's so much for them to eat around here. I mean, they're not starving. But I don't live, within the city area. I live just outside the city, so I get lots of wild animals.
Yeah, just like me. Yeah.
We're having issues here with people's pets going missing at night.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, Don, you speak about this, and it's like this past spring, our Chihuahua was almost taken by a gray owl.
Yes.
I mean, but our dog is a scrapper, and didn't hear anything. Normally, if she sees something, whether it's a hawk or whatever, a land animal, she has a certain bark. She's got a play bark for people or for lizards and stuff like that. But if she sees like something like it's not right, then she's got a different bark. Well, I didn't hear anything, and she came running in, and she started yelping. And I'm looking at her, and I'm looking at her back, and you can tell she had a couple punctures on her back. Well, long story short, we took her to the vet. Came out, she had 12 to 14 punctures on her back. 2 of them were really bad into the, and it had, not to get gross, but it had separated the skin from the meat. So the bird of that had actually tried to take her up. But she got away. I mean, it must have been the owl. It must have been like, hey, forget it. This isn't worth it. But yeah, and so for now, I mean, that was early spring, probably March or April, and since then, I don't let them out
alone
at night alone, and even during the day, because I mean, I've got turkey vultures that have a wingspan that I do, and I'm 100.
Oh yeah,
or I'm I'm just over 6 feet. I'm 195 centimeters. And so, I mean, I've got a pretty long, and I've got turkey vultures that have the same wingspan I do. So I'm like I go out with them. So, but yeah, I mean, it's, small animals. And what it is apparently we found out our dog wasn't alone. I had to go all the way to the furthest part of, outside of the town to get her finally seen by a vet. It's during mating season is when they need all the protein for the females. So that's when they
pick up
start.
Anything, right?
Yep, they start running out of food, or they need.
I need a dog.
Yep. So
interesting.
I remember that.
Yep.
I have a raccoon that if we put food outside, it comes. It's not even afraid. It's a young raccoon. I love raccoons. I one of my properties, I have a whole family of raccoons. So they come and visit me. Her and the little babies, and my cat would fight them. My cat wasn't afraid of them, But it was so, and they're so smart, the raccoons, right? And then we have wild kittens that are growing up in the backyard, and we leave them food, and we try and talk to them, because I talk to animals. People think I'm crazy, but I talk to
everybody. Talks to animals.
Oh no,
why not? Right? Why not?
I talk to all ours.
Yeah.
I talk to the lizards.
Yeah, I know. And they know your voice. My friend and I go almost every night to go for a walk in a beautiful natural area, and there's ducks there and geese, and like Canada goose, Canada geese, and you name it. And we're feeding them, and they come and they peck you, say, I want the food. They eat from your hand, and they come and peck your food, say, hey, give me the food, So they recognize your voice, they recognize your body, they recognize everything. It's so much fun. It's so much fun.
Oh yeah, my dad. My when I was a kid, my dad would leave the sliding door open. We lived up in the Pacific Northwest, and he'd have a squirrel come to the sliding door, and he'd grab a peanut off the counter. He's sitting at the dining room table, and he'd just hold it down by the ground.
Yeah,
the squirrel would come, a regular ground squirrel.
Yeah,
come in.
Love it.
take it from him, go to the living room, eat it, or he'd bury it in the potted plant in the living room.
That's cute.
And I thought, you're crazy sitting there feeding the little wild animals, or
Yeah. Why not? Why not? I used to have a pigeon. I had a pigeon in the house with me. I loved pigeons. I bred pigeons and rabbits, and they would come and sit by the table while I was eating dinner, and we'd leave him something. He'd be eating at the same time as me. Why not?
When I was living in Germany, we had all the single people. They put us all in one set of housing estate.
Yeah.
And so I decided we weren't supposed to dig up the garden, but I thought I'll make myself a nice little flower bed. I'd have to put it back when I left, so I understood that. But then one night, there was this little baby hedgehog. Came along.
Cute.
So I thought, that's nice. And so I gave it some food and stuff. And I was chatting to some other people. I was saying, look, I've got a lovely little baby hedgehog. I said, I've given it some food. And they went, what have you given it? I said, some bread and milk. But don't give it bread and milk. Apparently that's a really bad thing to give.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
They like meat. So, I mean, he did survive, but my goodness, they thought, oh my God, they had to go and rescue him and took him off me. It was like, But this was like, kind of pre-Google days. Now I'd have just got the phone, Googled, what you feed hedgehog.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. How did we learn anything without Google?
Yeah. I love Google for that, for knowledge.
Nick, you will be judged in the hedgehog court.
When I go to meet my maker, it will say, check out the hedgehog spirit over there.
Yeah.
Haunting you.
Well, I live in the city and I have cats here. My own cat, Molke, and 2 strays, and I spoil them all.
Good for you, Chris. They all deserve to be spoiled.
They deserve it.
They deserve it.
They deserve it, yes.
They're God's creatures. And they'll keep the mice away. They'll keep the mice away, like Edward said.
That's true.
It's good that we have cats in the backyard that are wild. We had them since they were little babies. The mama, made one of our sheds her home, which is fine. We had no problem. I used to watch them play, right? And he says they're keeping the mice away because they can smell the cat, right? And they don't even have to feed them. They're so healthy. So I think, where they must be eating, all kinds of mice and things like that because we feed them. But I mean, we didn't even know we had them in the backyard.
That's good.
They're
It's
so
working.
shy. It's working, yeah.
Mine was playing with a mouse. I think it was this morning, and I approached to her. She was playing with a mouse. The mouse was already like, and she started when I approached, and I said, "Okay, bye bye."
It's mine.
This is my mouse. Go find your own.
Right.
Mouses and also those small lizards.
Yeah.
She's picking them all the time.
Okay. Does she eat them, Marco? Does she eat the mice and the lizards, or just play with them?
Well, I don't know.
Okay.
I need to ask her.
He hasn't seen it. Okay.
Because
whatever.
the cat instinct it's to play with them most of the time.
Yes.
Because
It's the chase.
It's the chase.
It's the chase,
absolutely.
and they
Absolutely.
bring them as a present to the
Yes,
door.
I know
yes.
that. That I never understood. Yeah.
And I have a cousin. I don't know. Maybe Chris will know something more about this because she's a cat expert.
Yes.
A cousin of mine once said that usually they bring the chasing to the door, and it's kind of like the cat saying, "Look, I'm chasing. Come and chase also with me," or something. I don't know if it's right.
What is it? What does it mean,
But
Chris?
it's how what they do. They chase
they do
whatever
that.
it is, and they bring to the door. And look at this.
Yes. And they're very proud when they have something for me.
Yeah, I think one day they will put their heads in the wall, and
Mount them up on the wall. Trophies.
Yeah.
No, we have no mouses anymore.
Take it to a taxidermy. Say, I want this head mounted on a plaque, and I'll just those many plaques.
Growing up as a kid, I had a cat that she was my mom's sock, but she would go out and hunt field mice and would come home with a dead mouse and drop it at my mom's feet, looking at my feet, to pick it up. And I thought that was kind of amazing, but odd.
They do that. What does that mean, Chris? Is it a present they give us when they drop it?
I think it's a present. Yes.
It's a present. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I had a neighbor just before I moved from Seattle down to here to Arizona. My neighbor's cat would go out and would actually catch garter snakes out of the field and bring them home to, to drop them in the kitchen while she's cooking. And of course, it doesn't matter that a garter snake is harmless.
Yeah.
However, to some people it might as well, be a boa constrictor or something. So.
Yeah.
I got friends that have pet snakes. My one friend who's got 2 snakes. He's got a 7-foot anaconda.
Yeah.
And he has a 12-foot rat snake.
Ooh.
Wow.
A rat snake. So they catch rats, don't they? Rats and mice.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
The anaconda as well. They just eat just about anything they can get the nose on.
Are they poisonous? Are they poisonous to humans?
No, they're constrictors.
Yeah.
Oh, constrictors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember, I was very much afraid of snakes. And then I went to someone's house and they had a boa constrictor. And when I touched it, I got over my fear of snakes. I thought it was just a beautiful creature. I wouldn't want to meet it. I wouldn't want it in my home. But I got over the fear of snakes, And I remember I went to a wooded area and I went by the river. And I remember a snake came up to me and it was red and black markings. And I thought, oh, this one must be poisonous. Because usually with red colors it's poisonous. Sure enough, it was. But it just came up and I talked to it and it just slithered away and that was the end of it. But I recognized that it probably was poisonous. It was big, a big one. It was coming to the water, maybe for water, or, whatever it was doing. But I talked to it and it just kind of slithered away and that was the end of it.
Okay, Maria, you're not interested to snakes.
No, I'm glad.
I would like to chat with you.
I don't want to be interested to snakes.
Typically, the thing to realize, kind of general rule, and correct me if I'm wrong, is more elaborate the colors, the more dangerous it is to humans.
Yes.
If it attracts your eye, it's for a reason.
Yeah.
Of course it is. Yeah. Just like the fish, right? There's fish in the ocean. They're very colorful and they're very poisonous too. Yeah. Kind of interesting. Some plants too. Some plants also. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
With some snakes, some of them actually mimic the ones that are deadly, and they're absolutely harmless.
Yes, you're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right. I won't take a chance.
I remember we were on holiday.
I think that's more of a survival.
Yeah.
Kind of a, look, I'm a predator,
The predators, yeah. Exactly.
I'm gonna bite you.
Yeah. Watch out.
I've got a really bad bite. I have no teeth.
Yeah, I was with my sister and brother-in-law, and they they're in Sydney, but it's called French's Forest, so it's kind of on the bush. There's a lot of bush right by their house. There's like a storm drain going along the side, and while we were there was this. I think they called it a red belly black snake. Apparently, it's one of the most poisonous snakes in the world.
Yeah.
And so they said, look, it's down there in the thing. So I was like, oh gosh. My other brother-in-law, who lived he still lives in Melbourne, they'd come up, and he starts throwing stones at it.
And
why are you trying to leave the snake alone? Like, so you want it to make it angry? It's like a super poisonous snake. Let it be. Don't.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I always like the
I'm
when
afraid
they're
of spiders.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I always say
don't
if
live
anything.
down here.
That's right.
Did you see that short? Did you see that short video of the tarantula?
Yes,
Chris?
yes, I have seen that.
That was on my back porch. I'm like, well,
Oh yeah. Okay.
they're friendly as can be, though. I mean,
Yeah.
Hmm.
Staying with nature and picking up on what Nick said about Melbourne.
Okay.
Of all the unlikely places to have an earthquake, there was an earthquake in Melbourne yesterday.
Oh my.
was
Oh,
there?
my.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, it's actually sat in the middle of a tectonic plate. It's not on the edge.
Mhm.
It's in
Yeah.
the middle. And normally, when you get an earthquake, it's plates colliding.
Right. It's at the
Yeah.
two plates.
Friction.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're coming. Hmm.
Wow. Wow.
No injuries, as far as I know. But
No.
Yeah.
the residents, 5 million people who live in Melbourne.
Yeah.
That's one thing we don't get in the UK. Earthquakes.
Mhm.
Plenty of rain, no earthquakes.
That's why I like living in Arizona. We don't have. Well. I mean, you never know. I mean, we're in the middle of a huge tectonic plate, but we don't get. We rarely get hurricanes. We had one that was gonna come up, but rarely does anything ever. We rarely get tornadoes or anything like that. So
Hurricanes.
we get flash floods, but other than that, I mean,
Yeah. Flash floods is okay. It's an everyday event, right?
well,
Here in
the city's
Portugal-
actually built. The city's actually built pretty well to manage the water control. So there's
Yeah,
a lot of ravines that we call washes to get the water off of the road or off of the land into a lower place, and it takes it south. So
Yeah, we're the same too. We're in the interior, so we have had tornadoes come through, and we do have ice storms coming through, of course, snow and everything like that, right? But other than that, we don't have hurricanes coming through. We don't have earthquakes. Although I think I might have felt an earthquake a couple years ago. I could feel it, right? I could feel it just moving. But normally, it's not like you do in other parts of the country.
right.
I feel fortunate.
I was at home and suddenly there's this coming sound, and then it passed through, but it was a kind of not a bad thing. So I think that's the thing here in Portugal. God looked at the country. Look, okay, you have amazing beaches. I won't put there earthquakes, no hurricanes. Well, sometimes some lightning, but not a dangerous one. Not too much rain. Oh my God, this is too good. Let me put some balance here. Portuguese there. Let me put some Portuguese here.
Yeah. Balance
okay.
it out, right? Balance it
okay.
out. We'll balance it out.
Now we're well balanced.
Yeah, now we're balanced.
We have beautiful land and Portuguese.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a joke. Because I don't know, maybe at least Domingos and the place from Domingos families. It's an amazing place, and I think that even though I like more the north because it's more green, but I think the whole country it's a good travel.
Beautiful.
And the thing is, it's a small country.
Yes.
Because, for instance, when people from Brazil come here, and usually in Brazil they take long vacations, okay? Because I think here in Europe and maybe in the United States we are used to slice the vacations instead of making the whole month.
Yes.
We slice 1 week and then 2 weeks and then 1 week and whatever. Usually in Brazil they take the whole month, and some of them they come here and they spend, because it's a long travel, okay, and they spend for instance 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and they cover all the country, and it's kind of like traveling in a big town in Brazil. Okay. Because one day I was talking with someone from Brazil, and she or he said to me, well, I need to go to sleep because tomorrow I need to go to the next town. And I say, next town, and you need to go to sleep. And I said, if I need to travel here to the next town, it will take me 40 minutes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I know.
And why do you need to go to bed so early? Because it's 600 kilometers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but just
Yeah.
nothing for us here. We can
And
do that
for
in a day
instance-
over here. We do
for
it in a
instance,
day over here.
and for instance, United States has the same scale. Belgium, I think it's not that big, or UK, it's bigger.
Belgium
yes.
is not big. No.
Yeah.
But for instance, if you go from where I am to the region where relatives from Domingos are, in plane, we took around 45 minutes. Okay?
Sure.
So I need to go to Oporto, which takes me around 40 minutes driving. And then I go to Faro, which is the main city in the Algarve.
Yeah.
And it takes me around 45 minutes. Okay. And in Brazil, from the north to south, it takes 4 hours.
Yes, oh, absolutely, absolutely,
So
yes.
While while someone needs to cross the whole Brazilian country,
Yeah.
I can cross Portugal 10 times.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Very true. Very, very true. Yeah, there are some cities here that up north that I've traveled to just on Ontario. Takes 8 hours to get there. That's not even the whole north, right? Just a little portion
Yeah.
of it. So yeah, it's all relative, right? It's all relative.
It is totally relative. If I was to visit Nick, how long do you think it would take?
An hour, maybe. An hour.
Walking?
Walking.
Walking.
Probably an hour and a half, 2 hours. I don't know.
I don't know. According to the movies, they walk from one part of England to another in like 10 minutes. So
The Romans did.
Yeah.
It would take 45 minutes to visit Nick in Farnborough.
Yeah.
It would take 5 hours to get to Peter in Aberdeen.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. Everything's so close. Yeah.
That's true.
completely
Talking
so
of close, watch out. Nick and I can now fly to the USA and come back
Good.
again.
Watch out, eh?
Oh, we're not.
Ah.
Wow.
Good.
And
That's
Portugal. And Belgium.
They've given you that.
Oh my
haven't
God.
they?
Yeah. Good.
Please close all the airports, all red alert.
Yeah, send a warning out to the Algarve. I'm on my way.
Yes, absolutely.
Now you should come to the
Absolutely.
north.
Yeah,
And for
just go
instance,
visit. Go and visit
I don't know.
Marco.
I don't know if you saw last Saturday or Sunday post I made on Facebook, or when I was playing football, Harper, football,
Oh, yes,
the
I
real
have seen
football.
that.
So
My translator is on.
this is this little village. It's right in the border with Spain. Okay, and if you go to I think it's better to go to YouTube. Okay, search for Minho, Rio Minho.
How
And
you
this
spelling
is the valley of the river, which makes the border between
Okay.
Spain and Portugal,
Mm-hmm.
and it's amazing. Okay,
Mhm.
it's valleys, green valleys, water, of course, because, and also,
It's a valley.
and well, not most, but a big part of the team were not able to play Saturday because they were getting the grapes to make the wine, which is a really typical wine from there. Call it Alvarinho. In the Spain side, they have the same kind of wine as well. Okay, it's a fresh wine, white wine, and
Nice. New wine, right?
yeah, new wine,
Yeah.
like me. Well, I'm not wine, okay? I'm not wine, but as far as I know.
I could admit I've had some very nice Portuguese wine. I've had a vast
And
quantity of it as well, but it's very
that
nice.
place,
They have good wine.
they have this vinho, call it Alvarinho, and also when I think it's at the beginning of the year, they have. Let me get back to the.
While you do that, Marco, the only thing that puts me off visiting the north of Portugal is I believe they dress their young boys in dresses or something, which is very off-putting.
Yeah, green dresses.
Green dresses, okay.
And that right there is why app companies don't want to work.
No kidding.
When till let me see, till 20 at least. It's hard to tell if it's a boy or a girl. The only
Until
way you
20?
can, the only way you can tell that if they are boy or a lady, it's by the mustache. Because
By the
girls,
mustache?
yes,
The
because
By the mustache?
girls they
Okay.
all have mustache.
Okay. 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 Look at Steven. Oh my
Right.
goodness.
How can we possibly turn this around? Now, we're all about live broadcasting, so I've got a question for everybody. And Nick first. Nick, when are you next broadcasting live?
Oh, good. That's a good
tomorrow.
idea. Yes.
Midday tomorrow. I am tilapia and seasonal fresh vegetables. I think.
Nice. Very nice.
It'll be low carb naturally. But yeah, midday tomorrow, and then I think I'm on again on Friday as well.
Excellent. Excellent.
Marco, when are you next live?
I think tomorrow at 2 p.m. because a gentleman from UK invited me.
Okay.
I don't know what he had in mind to invite me.
Wait and see, Marco. It's a surprise.
Okay.
Okay. So Marco and I are live at 2:00 tomorrow. Papa, when are you next live?
I am actually currently doing recording some videos, some car videos. So I'm not live right now. I'm working on recorded stuff. I've got so much recorded material on my phone that I haven't used in so long, and I'm trying to build up my Instagram page now. So I'm trying to incorporate a bunch of that stuff. So working on recorded stuff. I should go. I should end up going live here pretty soon. I'm starting to increase my numbers. So
You can go live on
Getting there.
Instagram as well.
Yes.
Oh, I know.
Going over to Canada. Dom, when are you next live?
Well, I'm usually live every day in quarantine sessions, connecting through music, singing karaoke in there. But I'm going to be getting my talk show back again, hopefully sometime before Christmas. The Top of the Mess show, and start going live again twice a week with that. Through Be Live there. Everyone can catch me live pretty much every day, twice a day, in quarantine sessions.
Excellent. Wow.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good.
Wow.
Staying in Canada, Maria.
Yeah, well, probably today. I'll probably do a video today and maybe on Friday. And my videos are very short now. I'm just making about 3 to 5 minutes now. And I am not interviewing other guests at this point. I'm just talking about real estate and the economy and what's going on in the economy and politics and all of that. So I've changed my strategy just a little bit here now, just to free my time up a little bit more. But yes, it'll be today and probably on Friday. Thanks for asking, Stephen.
Thank you.
And you're welcome. And over to Chris. When do you
Well,
make
for me, that will be tomorrow at 11 a.m. Then I have the English lesson with my voice coach, and that's Elisa James from Australia,
Oh,
from
wonderful.
Sydney. So then I will be live. It's a Zoom call, and in the afternoon we must do our homework, and that's also going live and do some tasks that she will ask us.
So we're all live.
Yes, we are.
Nick is first though, 12:00 or 7 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. Nick.
Yeah, 7 a.m. I've got it. Stephen, I'm trying to follow your excellent example on that, and start to say Eastern as opposed to
Yes, please. Yes.
particularly for my little. I started today. I started my first little Amazon live stream or live stream round table to bring people into live streaming, and particularly Amazon. So, and I've put all the banners on that at 9 a.m. Eastern. So,
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah.
fingers crossed. Oh, can I also say, just very quickly, Marco, while you're on, did you get a link from Owen?
Yeah.
Cool. And can I just quickly mention, I went over 500 subscribers on my organic YouTube channel yesterday.
Good for you. Good for you. Excellent. Excellent.
Saw that. Nice.
Super
That-
happy.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. Very
Okay.
nice.
So before
You're welcome.
throwing the ball to Stephen, let me give you homework for the next in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
What I want is that you pick 1 or 2 traditions from your country and explain them to us. For instance, I'm curious to know why, for instance, in UK, the drive it's in the other side.
Yes. Yeah. I often wonder why.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
For
I actually
instance-
know that one, but that's okay.
Okay.
Suspense.
When I was dating a Liverpool girl, she quizzed me on it, and so yeah, I had to learn that.
For instance, understand why Belgium chocolates are so good, and they have this tradition because, as far as I know, cocoa it's from African countries. Okay,
Okay, no problem.
So this also I will explain, and this is kind of a problem mostly from tourists. The difference between the pastel de nata and the pastel de Belém. Even though they look the same,
Okay.
they are not the same. And if you go to the place where actually the pastel de Belém it sells, and you ask for a pastel de nata, at least you get killed.
Oh,
You get killed?
Absolutely, yes, yes.
Oh my God.
Well,
It's to die for.
of course. Because, but if a look at you could kill you, you believe me, because last time I was there, we
Okay.
were talking, and I think it was me. And if not, I can make myself responsible of this. And I said, pastel de nata. A waitress turned her eyes at me, and it was like a machine gun killing me.
You're still alive.
yeah.
But that moment was painful for me. So this you can pick 1 or 2 traditions, broader traditions, okay, from your country, and explain them here.
Yeah. There is a Udemy course on pastel de nata.
Yes.
Yes,
Nick and
I
Nick
bought
and
it.
Okay.
Nick and I working together couldn't explain Morris dancing to any of you.
I was thinking exactly that, Stephen. I was thinking, how do you explain Morris dancing? I have no idea where that came from. That's weird
No.
and wholly wrong.
Okay, Stephen, down to you, not back, down to you.
Thank you, Marco. In a week's time, 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. in the UK. Next Wednesday, we'll be live again on Restream at my house from Marco in Portugal, from Harper in Arizona, from Chris in St. Nicholas, Belgium, from Maria in Ontario, from Dom in Sarnia, and from the inimitable Nick Wood in Farnborough. Goodbye for now. I'm in wonderful Wiltshire in England. Take care. We'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.